We are going to begin by hiding our eyebrows, so I'm just using a glue stick and I'm going to get them as flat and as smooth as possible. Taking some red cream colour, I'm going to be applying this with a beauty blender on my face. I'm leaving out the areas that are going to be kind of like the highlighted areas. So that's the forehead, underneath the eyes and the chin and a bit on the nose as well. I'm also taking this down onto my chest and I'm just going to completely cover my chest. Grab some white and apply this on the rest of the areas that you left out. I'm using a beauty blender to achieve this and I'm just repeatedly dabbing until the colours really blend into each other. Just be careful around the eyebrow areas as you don't want to lift the glue off. Moving on to the brows, I'm just going to grab some black face paint and paint them on. To describe them, they begin where my natural brow begins, but then I'm taking them quite high up so that they look quite angry and evil looking. For the beginning of the brow, I'm using flicking motions to create kind of like an ombre natural look, and almost like little hairs as well. For the eyes, I'm just priming them with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm using this because it's got quite a nice thick consistency and it'll also blend really nicely into the cream colours. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I'm just grabbing some black and I'm going to apply this onto the outer sides of my eyelid. I'm then gently extending this outwards and upwards so it looks kind of like a wing. Please ignore the gold on my eyelids for now because I changed my mind later, so just pretend they're not there. Taking some black, I'm going to take an angled brush and just apply this above the shape that I created. So it's kind of like a cut crease now. So I'm just gently mapping out the shape, and then taking some red and a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to apply that above the black line. So I'm basically creating a transition from a black up until a red. And of course you want to blend, blend, blend. Use lots of circular motions until it looks lovely and seamless. As you can see, I've extended this all the way onto my nose on the inner side. And then of course you want to repeat exactly the same steps on the other side. Taking a relatively small eyeshadow brush, I'm just extending the lines onto my nose, and this is going to start contouring my nose. Here you can see this is where I decided to change my mind, and I got rid of the gold and instead replaced this with red. So make sure the red blends into the black really nicely. Taking some eyeliner, I'm just going to apply a line onto my eyelid, and I'm also creating a wing, even though you're probably not going to see it because it's already black, but I know it's there, so it's going to make me feel better. And then I'm also creating a point on the inner corner of my eye, and you're also going to look so closely in the mirror that no one can see what you're doing. I've also gone ahead and applied some eyeshadow underneath my eye as well to kind of join it all up, and then I'm grabbing some white eyeliner and I'm just going to create this line. This is going to seriously sharpen and clean it up, and it just looks super pretty. Moving on, I'm going to be contouring my cheeks, so I'm grabbing the same eyeshadows and I'm just literally building up the colour. I'm using small circular motions and I'm creating it so it goes again from a black to a red. I want the contour to be more intense as it goes towards the centre and then for it to fade out as it goes away. I'm also applying this onto my jawline to define it and above my head as well. So just imagine you were contouring like on a normal day but with red and black and really heavy. I'm doing the same on my neck and chest on my collarbones, so to help me do this I'm sticking out my shoulders so that my collarbones show up a bit more, and I'm using the grooves to help guide me. Grabbing some white, I'm just going to use my finger because it's easier. I'm just going to apply this onto the more raised areas, so the highlights basically. Next we are going to contour and create some fake boobs because your girl has none. Absolutely zero. In fact, so little they're probably indented. Grab some highlighter and apply this onto the raised areas on your neck and chest. Grab some lashes, some contacts, and boom. Taking some black, either face paint or a lipstick, you just want to apply this onto your lips, and I'm creating points at the top of my lips, and I'm also creating like a smiley flick on the sides of my lips as well. Grab some highlight and apply this onto your cheekbones, the end of your nose, your brow bones and all of that good stuff. And then finally we are going to wipe away where the horns are going to be, and then I'm just applying this with latex and tissue, and then I'm kind of going to paper mache it on. So grabbing small amounts of tissue coated in latex, you just want to keep building up the layers until they're securely on. Taking a fine brush and some black, I'm just painting a teardrop, and then now that the latex is dry, I'm just applying more red on top of the tissue. I'm creating texture, so I'm adding some dark red and some bright red as well to make it look like the horns have kind of pushed out the skin. The horns were looking pretty plain and boring, so I just went over with a bit of white to add some texture. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. If you'd like to see much more of this kind of content, then feel free to hit the subscribe button, and also feel free to follow me on Instagram at gothspectrum. If you liked this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you once again, and I'll see you next time.